Would you like to put that somewhere?
Okay, what are we doing now?
We're doing an episode.
Okay.
We're working.
So this is a thing that we do. Who wants to, or I'll do it. Oh no, I did it last time.
I'll do it.
Okay, go.
Welcome back to Catching Up with the Camdens.
Who are you?
I am schmooning. Okay. Sorry. Ready? Welcome back to Catching Up with the Camdens. I'm Mackenzie Rosman.
I'm Beverly Mitchell.
And I'm David Gallagher.
And we are excited that this episode, we are going to dive right in with all of the fan questions. So you guys, I did not read these, so I have absolutely no idea what's coming.
You peeked.
But I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't. There are so many questions. Our fans have been waiting years to ask us these questions. I know that they're just so happy, David, that they can ask you a question that we found you. So now just be ready.
We're being very selective.
So, Jared, without further ado, we've got some questions. And I don't know what's coming at us. So let's get ready.
All right. What do you got?
Yes, from Julie Gross 4. What's the craziest storyline you remember filming?
Is this one directed towards?
Yeah, you each
craziest storyline. Wow.
I think infamously our craziest storyline by today's standards was our weed episode.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty nuts. When you watch that sequence, it almost is like a reefer madness like level of nuts.
Yeah.
But,
also, remember there was that one episode that actually, Jared, I think you found, which was the gang episode where where not only was Sherry Appleby in a gang on our show, but also she had quite the arsenal of weapons.
Yeah, which included nunchucks.
Yeah.
Which every gang member should carry.
Yeah.
Practical.
It might save your life. And a do-rag.
Yeah.
She had a do-rag.
And then,
essential.
Did
she have brass knuckles?
Yeah.
Brass knuckles.
Nice.
And then 16 or 13 bags of
little baggies.
Little baggies.
Because gangsters always kind of organize all their stuff very efficiently.
It was also very well organized. Also,
that's what it's for, organization.
Yeah, it's an organizational tool.
Aww.
Little baggies.
Yeah, so I think that was kind of a wild episode. Is there?
I mean, I think the craziest thing, the most questionable decision Ruthie made was her tattoo. Yeah. 100%. It was gigantic.
I want to see a clip of this because I don't remember you getting a tattoo, but it's hilarious. Yeah.
So Ruthie and her boyfriend get tattoos of each other's name because they're so serious like that, right? And Ruthie goes to get her tattoo, and it's like giant gangster letters that says T-Bone from like
it's also
side to side, like it filled up my entire back.
They were probably like, if we make it too small, that nobody's going to be able to see it.
Well,
but then they take it to the next level.
Yeah. So then Ruthie sees T-Bone's tattoo that's like, an R or something. And it's like this big on his ankle. And
First of all, he has it on his ankle and you have it on your ankle.
Yeah, well, so that was obviously, said something about their commitment level towards one another.
Yeah, well, that relationship was going nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that was probably Ruthie's
I know, but I'm sure the fans have some other answers for us.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is that it?
I think
that's an instant
regret.
I
remember it being 3 times the size.
That is the best reaction
and the best
the show ever had.
And it's on Pinterest.
It was still, you can get one just
on
like
Pinterest.
It?
You can get it on
Can we get one for the wall?
You guys, should we make merch?
T-Bone merch?
Okay. All right. Well, I think let's go on to the next question.
Oh boy.
Sticking with Ruthie and romance from Tart One Up. Why didn't Ruthie and Martin end up together? They were so adorable.
You know what? I have the same question.
I want to know.
I supported that, but it never happened. I don't know. I mean, I think that if we'd had maybe 13 or 14 seasons, that they would have eventually ended up together. Ruthie would have been raising, he had a baby with someone else, which sort of put a kink in my plans. But I think she would have gotten over that and still embraced Martin with
true love.
Yeah. So the scene where I'm bashing his chest and like punching him. He told me to just go for it and really punch him. And I did. And he looked like a Dalmatian after that. Tyler.
Like any quality actor would.
He was a really good hugger. too.
Go for it.
Tyler was such a sweetheart, and he just was like such a good kid. I just also remember he was also an incredibly good baseball player.
Yeah, he was like, oh, should I be a pro baseball player or an actor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was a moment where he was really trying to figure out where he wanted to go. Yeah. Whether he literally could go to the major league baseball.
No, he was being scouted and stuff.
Well, his whole family was really very athletic. And his mom is like
I mean, I think he's doing okay. I think he's on his, like, I don't know.
Superman.
He's
Superman.
But,
yeah.
But he had like a
So Ruthie had good taste, to be honest. So did Mackenzie, I guess.
Well, that answers Royal Nose Beagle's question, which was, what was it like working with Tyler?
He was so sweet.
Yeah, sorry.
Personal jinx, right?
Right.
What do I have to say your name like 3 times because you can't talk now? Kenzie keeps doing that to
I
me.
don't know about that.
And then I get to hit you or something. I don't remember.
That's fine.
It's like childhood game.
There are rules to the game.
I don't remember it.
No one remembers.
Yeah.
Smiles with Katie asks, what episode was the hardest to film and also the easiest to film? Love you all, Katie.
Oh, Katie, we love you. Hardest to film. You know, this is what's so funny and so hard to answer these questions because, like, it's hard to remember episodes because they weren't episodes to us.
Yeah, I mean, so talking about hardest episodes to film, like, obviously we were a family show that didn't have any special effects or stunts. So there wasn't anything that was technically hard to film.
Except for the musical episodes.
Dancing.
The musical episodes.
Yeah, sure. That was probably the episode that gave me the most anxiety was trying to get out of that, which I did successfully.
Actually, yeah, I think there was a question earlier about, is there anything that we said no to? And I never said no to anything because I wouldn't. But I think you did.
I drew the line
and
there,
I think that I should have.
I mean, everyone's got to live with their choices, but I was like, there's no way that like Seventh Heaven needs to be a musical and no one will remember the show as a musical. And so why are we doing this? Like, I couldn't figure out for the life of me why that decision was made to do a full-blown musical episode. I was like, none of us are singers. None of us are...
I had a country
singer.
album.
So is that?
Some of us were not singers. And I count myself amongst those who were not singers. So I was like, look, you guys, can't you just like go on with your bad selves and like leave me out of it? Please, you know? And at the very last minute, I got my way. And so in the scene where I was supposed to do a song, you'll know it was the scene I was supposed to do a song because I sit down, I was with Ashley, and Catherine was in the scene, and we were on the promenade because that's where everything was, all our shopping and entertainment. And I literally, like, Ashley and I are talking, and then I'm like,
and you just
and I just literally walk off, and then Catherine shows up, and they do an entire number. And then when
Catherine took over your number?
I don't know if Catherine was doing the number, Ashley was doing the number. I went to school or whatever I did. I walked away and I was not a part of it. But then after the number's over, I like walk back over and she's like, your mom's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, something like that, some weird thing. And they just, that's how they erased my number. They replaced it and I just walk away.
And you know what's funny is I know we did musical stuff. Like I definitely remember singing on the show, but I don't remember the musical like episode.
It was about Gershwin. And
we did an episode where we sang songs.
Yes,
but it wasn't a musical.
Yes, I did.
So I sang
lots of
the Saints Go Marching In to the Twins. And I remember doing that. And I remember being like, I don't want to do this, but okay. And we did that. And then we did the musical episode where it was like musical numbers. And I was like, no.
Well, I sang this
a bunch.
Closer Walk to Thee. I sang my own song Angel on the show. I sang, oh my God, I sang so many times on the show.
I sang at least 3 times. I had that one.
I sang like
it was like a Tom Petty song that I did for Eric when the twins, I think, were going to be born. Then the Star Spangled Banner for that episode. I had to memorize the words. And then I had lost my voice when we recorded the one for the music, so I sound like really deep, raspy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like very jazzy.
Nice.
Because it was the only way I could make noise.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to do an entire podcast on.
I think
on just all of, and we're gonna have to like really dive into these the songs that we sang.
The hardest scene I remember feeling some episodes were really emotionally like intense too.
Yeah.
Like the
emotional
known
content
soldier
was
was
hard.
really intense. And the one about the Muslim girl that was Ruthie's friends, that was heavy. But for other reasons, the scene where we were all diving into blueberry pie was the worst.
God, I remember that. We were so sick.
I
was
have
such
some
a
weird
gag
memories
reflex food
about
for me.
that.
Now
that you've said that,
absolutely. I feel like
But-
the hardest scene. I'm gonna go with scenes to film were food scenes.
yeah,
They
Yeah.
were awful. Like it's not an enjoyable because you just don't understand how many times we have to keep eating it, and the food is never warm or good or like
Pizza doesn't stay hot for 8 hours.
no.
It just doesn't.
No,
Just-
when
and
you
you can only heat it up so many times.
it's one of
Yeah.
those things that all actors know is that like when you're shooting scenes where you have to eat, you take very specific bites, few and specific bites as you can in the scene, so that as you do it all day, you're not just constantly like stuffing your face with whatever the set food is.
Yeah.
But when you're kids on a set,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, sweet,
I'm
food.
hungry.
I'm hungry. And then by an hour later when you're doing coverage, you're not hungry anymore, but you got to take those bites.
Do you remember the
So-
jelly ice cubes that were in our drinks too? They weren't real ice cubes, but they were.
Yeah, because ice cubes make noise.
Right. Yeah.
The same thing with
The
the
paper
grocery
bags.
bags. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
grocery bags were like this felt material so that they were quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see it too.
You can
when
know
look
if
at
you
them,
watch other shows, you're like,
you see them
it's
on
not a
all
real
sorts of
grocery
shows,
bag.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You could tell.
All right, let's take another
All right.
question.
Did Mac really not know the words to the Star Spangled Banner before the show began? From Jared in the corner.
No, because I was like 6 or 7. What do you mean? Yeah, no.
Because
I didn't.
Because you know what?
I
In
had to
our
s-
schoolroom, you
I had,
did
like-
not have to sing. You did not have to do.
Well, that's not the Star Spangled Banner.
No, that would be the
That's
Pledge of
Allegiance.
Allegiance.
Pledge of Allegiance. But
Allegiance.
It's been a long time since I've been.
But
in
Which my
anyways-
little girl just learned, and she loves
had,
to just randomly bust it out like
I had like
at the
no
store.
The Pledge of
teeth. I
Allegiance
didn't
was
even
Yeah,
have
the Pledge of Allegiance.
all my teeth yet when I had to do that. Welcome back.
Okay.
But yeah.
From Red Ace Jr., which cast member forgot their lines the most?
Catherine. Right? No? I did eventually when maybe at some point when I stopped running them with Dawn the night before, I got worse.
I would say the person who forgot the most would definitely be Catherine.
Yeah.
But I also think it's also because Catherine's brain was going so many different directions, and so I wouldn't say.
But there were other people too, maybe.
who forgot lines.
Yeah. I don't know. But I just remember Catherine being like, what? Line.
Yes.
And she had the, yeah.
Yes. I would definitely say it would be Catherine.
Our script supervisor was put through the ringer often. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Gail.
Her unsung hero of
Mhm.
the
Lynn.
show. Yeah.
From
Lynn and Gail.
Tumlin_Kenzie, do you think they will ever reboot Seventh Heaven? Maybe following Lucy and Kevin?
Sadly, I don't know that they will. I think we've definitely. There's been talks. They've tried. But
Yeah, attempts were made.
Attempts were made, but I think some things are better left in the past. I guess. I don't know. I guess we're doing our version right now with the podcast.
If it was, I think if it was, there was a time where it might have,
Yes.
and then that time passed,
Yes.
and it didn't make it. So I would say probably not. Most likely no.
But who knows? Maybe we could all get together for another fun project. Dun, 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 dun.
We could.
I don't know.
We
Maybe
would need
could.
someone to
direct it.
helm that project,
It's so
and
crazy.
then call everybody and get us there.
Who could possibly
Well, I don't know
bring
anyone
the
like
gang
that.
back
I don't know.
together for a project?
I don't know.
We'll have to find that person.
So it'd
Yeah.
have to be a very persistent
We could put an
person.
ad out.
It would have to be a very.
Patient, persistent,
Oh, thank you, David.
and talented.
Oh, I like these compliments. I'm just-
I mean,
okay, next question.
to try. They'd also have to be slightly insane to try to put all of
And
us
slightly
together.
insane.
We were going on a good path, guys. Why'd you gotta turn right?
From SueGirl33, what's the most exciting thing you've done since Seventh Heaven?
I would say the most exciting thing I've done since Seventh Heaven is become a parent. It's also the most insane thing that I have done. And I think we might all be able in agreement on that one.
Yeah, we can't answer with anything else now.
I mean,
that's what I feel.
Yeah. I think that real jump into this whole nother dynamic of life is quite insane. That was my stomach.
That was my stomach.
Like
Actually,
stomach?
yeah.
I
Sorry
felt
about
like mine
that.
was too, yeah.
I'm hungry.
Apparently we're hungry. We gotta feed this crew.
Yeah, I would say becoming a parent is one. For me, also like leaving California and moving by myself to the East Coast was a big change and step for me to do something totally different, which was fun and just liberating, I think.
Not enough people hype up how fun being a parent is.
Oh, it's so fun. That's
because
all I want to do.
Being a parent is hard.
Yes.
But everyone will tell you that. Like, that's
so
not news,
fun.
right? The news is it's a lot of fun too. Yeah. Especially like at different age groups, like as your kids go up through their different phases and ages, like some phases are better than others and some ages are more fun than others. But when it's fun, it's awesome. It's like super fun.
It's my favorite thing about my life is being a mom.
I think also the hard part too is I think it's the adult stressors that the best part about children is that they create this opportunity to live life again with a new, fresh set of eyes. And I think that sometimes being an adult, we get so bogged down by all this other heavy stuff. And which I am absolutely, your stomach is really.
Your turn today.
I had coffee for breakfast and I'm really hungry. Sorry.
But I think that the big thing is like being present and like kind of having those fresh eyes. And I feel like we get so bogged down with all the heaviness of life and we lose sight of those moments. And so if we can kind of really recenter and be present with your kids, like it's an opportunity to literally
just
like have
feel
fun.
Yeah, I mean,
do you guys mess with your kids?
Matt, what?
Mess with
Do you guys mess with your kids?
What do you mean mess with them?
I mean, like, I love messing with my kids.
Favorite thing is like being next to her when she falls asleep on my chest and just like listening to her breathe. And like, I love it.
Now I sound like a jerk.
No, but I mess with her too. Like,
I love messing with my kid.
Believe me, like I want to teach her how to.
I know your kids too. You can't mess with a 2-year-old.
Not that much, just a little bit.
You'll get there though. It's awesome.
But believe me, I can't.
You know, it's crazy. Well, it's also crazy in the stages of like, because Kenzie's 11, Hutton's 9, and Maisel's 3. And like Kenzie is like, you can see like she's starting to be more mature. So she like takes things to heart a little bit more. Hutton is just like, he is my battle ram. He just wants to like, he's that kid that's like, just keeps pushing the buttons, just wants to see how far he can go before. Like He hung up on me last night and I was like, oh buddy. You don't think that? And he's like, when I got home, he's like, I hung up on you. And I'm like, oh, I know.
Oh, so it was intentional.
And he was like,
in case you didn't notice.
He wanted to play on his iPad. And I was like, yeah, so this is how that's going to work. I'm taking it away for the whole month.
Oh, man. The month? I always threaten
I'll get there. Yeah.
Well,
I'm in the like,
and we're soft.
I'm in the phase where everything is still sweet and nice. And,
oh, no,
like.
The stick and the carrot is constantly like, I gave you this Nintendo, I can take it away.
Okay, next question.
Speaking of kids, from Acenalt.Marine, butchering that name. Would you like to make a suite of 7 at home? I'm assuming that's having a family of 7.
I mean, I'm the closest to 7 at 5, and I will say that it's very, no more. Because I'm taking up too many seats on an airplane. And traveling with a family of 5 is challenging. So, I mean, 7 is just like...
You could just get your own airplane.
Nuts.
That might be more
at this
cost
point,
effective.
Yeah, you just need a plane.
I mean, I'm a Southwest girl, so...
Yeah.
So...
I
could
like
never
large...
do 7. I couldn't do it.
I don't know. I have a lot of animals. So, like, my body count of, like, animals in the house, that's... Body count is the wrong word for that. But like, I already have like, 13 or 8 chickens, 2 horses, 3 cats, 2 dogs, and a toddler.
I think those all equal out to about
So, like,
7 when you like.
Yeah,
add
that's
them.
a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
legs and things that need to be fed.
I almost died also on my 3rd child, so yeah, no.
Right.
I'm definitely not having any.
I'm not
more
opposed to
kids.
having another one, but we'll see. Not in a rush either.
Yeah.
I think
I
for
also
me,
wanted-
the answer is just no on the 7 question.
That's just a hard no.
Just no. No.
From Hartford Hannah, who has a lot of questions. We're not going to get to all of them.
Thank you for all of the questions,
yes.
though.
Rapid fire.
Let's go.
Who was your favorite sibling? Favorite parent?
Ooh.
Favorite sibling? That's awkward.
Happy.
Happy. Next question.
Have fun.
Favorite sibling. I would have to go with Mary just because that was like we always had something fun.
Yeah, that's the
I mean,
dynamic.
that's
for,
also-
for me, it's Mac. We were
spent the
we were a
best.
team for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
David
know
and I
what's-
spent the most time together. And
Yeah, especially in the early days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Well, and I feel like those relationships
Before T-Bone.
before
Sorry.
In college, before Simon became too cool.
Yeah.
His younger sister.
No. Okay. Well,
That was good.
we
Yeah,
did
no,
okay.
I mean,
That was
definitely.
Okay. We didn't offend anybody. Oh wait. Woo. All right. Next one. Next question.
Hartford Hannah, again, and many others ask, do you all still talk to the younger siblings who played the twins?
We
Not as
not
no,
as much.
Not really.
No, I haven't.
Sadly, we've lost touch with the Brino quads, and sadly,
Yeah.
we've also one of them has passed away.
Yeah.
So
No. We
Sorry to
should,
bring the
though.
party down.
I
should,
was-
though.
Hannah.
no,
We should though.
yeah, it's
probably.
actually a good reminder to say hello. It's interesting though. Also, there was something. The dynamic of the OG 7 of us had a tightness that is I can't really like. Even though everybody else came on and were a part of our family, like it was. The
Plus,
core
without
of
Bev,
us.
we wouldn't even be in touch with each other.
That is also
That's,
Frankly.
it's sad but
So
true.
actually,
That's
yeah,
probably
so-
the truth.
Yeah.
So
Bev,
basically,
Bev is the glue that
I-
has kept us as in touch as we are, for sure.
so
Yeah.
now it's my fault. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. that I haven't stayed in touch with the Brinos. So
Way to
now
like shift blame.
Damn, sorry,
I'm-
Bev.
That's okay. Next question.
Momoa89 asks, sera-t-il traduit en français? Which means, will this be translated into French?
I
Apparently,
think we
yes.
could do that.
We will work on that. And
Oh, the
many
podcast?
It's not
Yeah.
difficult to do.
No, I just thought the question.
But it was very
Your
popular.
question
it
was
called
translated.
Set in la maison in France. Did you ever watch it in France and hear
Do
your
you know
voice?
I've
No.
seen myself
Oh, it's
speak Italian.
Is it good?
It's great.
so good.
Yeah.
We speak
Nice.
so many different languages. We are so smart.
it was
Oh.
very popular in Norway.
It's
from
very
what I hear.
popular in Germany and
Yeah.
Italy and it's
Have you
so-
seen it on TV when you were traveling and heard your dubbed
yes.
voice?
Actually, Michael said I haunted him because every country he would go when he was like traveling over in Europe, he's like, he'd turn on the TV and I would like pop up on screen. And he's like, you just were everywhere. And I was like, I will find you.
That's very sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think
I told you I have no game. Okay, next question.
From Joan K. Gillette and many others, will you get all the siblings on as guests? Even Jess. Will Jess be a guest? Lots of questions about Jess.
Ooh.
we're going
I
to try
think-
to
I
get all
think
of the
that-
siblings.
I think the chances of that are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that being said, I don't know. We'll try.
I can't see you because
know?
of this pillow.
We miss Jess too.
Right.
You know?
I absolutely. I think when schedules allow, I mean, we'll have everybody on. And I think
Jess is super cool.
Jess
She will
Yeah,
come through and
she's
hang out with us
awesome.
and it'll be awesome.
absolutely. And
I'm pretty sure.
I can. Yes, we'll get Jess someday. Just not sure when, depending on schedule.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Totally.
think we could.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was thinking about doing this, one of the things that that made me smile about doing this was that I thought about how pretty much everybody I think would come and do this with us.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone that would have a strong objection to coming on here and hanging out and reminiscing with us.
You know what's been amazing is I've reached out to a few people and the response has always been an overwhelming yes. It's just, it all comes down to schedule.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're working on. But everyone has been quite responsive, very excited, and very cute because they're always like, what do I need to prepare? And I'm like, nothing. Just
Nothing.
come
We're not
talk
prepared. Just come
We're
hang
not
out with us.
prepared. And yeah, just to have fun.
Bev's prepared.
I mean,
I'm not prepared.
Somebody's got to have it together. Just kidding.
All right. From Alexandra_I_XX. Do you guys have a favorite season?
Ooh. I think the first season was the most fun just because everything was still so fresh and so new.
Yeah.
And so just kind of this, like, I just remember every day. I mean, I remember just being so excited. I would like count my lines because I'm like, I got 50 lines. And I was so excited to be working and with the group that we were. And every day was just so fun. And even in the end, to be honest, I was so grateful and the show was so unique in the fact that it was special from beginning to end.
I think, and it might sound like a cop-out answer, that we're going straight to the first season. But like that's the time when, whenever you start a new project and it's fresh and you're meeting everybody and it's exciting and you're trying to figure out your character and there's so much more, it feels more kind of creatively fulfilling to like hurdle those challenges with a new character and a new group of people and a new crew and a new set. Like that's sort of what I look back most fondly on. But I don't think it's because the first season was like de facto the best content of the show or anything like that. It's just that like that for us from our side of it is, the most exciting. That's when it was new.
See, I feel like, the first season I was so young that I didn't even really know what we were doing. I just did what I was told to do. So I feel like that for me, the later episodes where my character was more involved and I was just more aware. And also we had been working with the same crew for such a long time. So I felt like I was going to see my big extended family every day was probably, better for me just because I was like 6,
Yeah, totally.
I was just like bouncing around as a
but also you
kid. And
well, as you came into being a teenager, and then I'm sure that you're like, you probably felt like you had more agency acting.
Well, yeah,
and stuff,
there was
right?
more
like,
to do for me. Yeah.
There's more like conscious effort behind the work. When you're a kid, I mean, I grew up working like this when I was that age too. And when you're a kid, you're just kind of a kid and they hire you because you're a cute kid and and whatever kind of kid you are is why they hire you.
When I was like the age you were in the first season, like that was a later season, like when I was around 14 or whatever, like then I knew what was going on. I started to get, more involved.
I just definitely think that there's a difference between when you're super little,
it's your maturity,
and you're acting, you're mostly just kind of doing as you're told and being cute and silly and boisterous and whatever the personalities that you have as a kid are coming out, and that's kind of what your job is. But when you're a teenager and you're like, I'm an actor and I'm gonna act and then all of a sudden there's this agency to what you're doing and you're thinking about the character or the motivations or the other. You're trying to put effort into it in a way that feels like cool and creative and fulfilling in a different way.
And even like the dynamic between people, like I feel like I always had to try, like, because it was all adults on set, like I had to learn how to have a conversation with someone who was 30 when I was much younger than that, or else there would have been no one to talk to. Yeah. So like, as I was more capable of having more like peer-ish conversations with the cast and the crew and stuff, then I felt more like one of the team rather than the little kid.
Yeah, the best quality a kid actor can have is a lack of fear of adults. Like you can't be shy, and you like I was always able to walk into a room and talk an adult's ear off forever. Mm-hmm. And that quality is kind of what kind of what makes it work when you're really young and you don't have the tool set to like dive into, you know, complicated character work, you know?
I think we have time for one more question. Give us a good one.
Oh, man. Similarly, do you think season 1 of the podcast will be your favorite several years from now? Also from Jared in the corner. Or what new heights will we reach?
You know, I think what's fun is we absolutely have no idea what is in store for us here. And I think that's what's also so magically fun about it.
We are like season 1.
Is that we are just being able to kind of relive these moments. And I think it's making us all very nostalgic.
Yeah, you guys let us know when our podcast sells out and it becomes boring and you know we're hitting you with the numbers, you know. You guys let us know. So far so good though.
Until then,
we're having fun.
Keep charging along.
Yeah. Hey guys, check us out on Patreon for early access to catching up with the Camdens episodes, exclusive group and individual content, access to all 3 of us via chat, and more.